Because the last episode hides 10 Easter eggs and callbacks that most people missed on a first watch. And the Duffers hide them the same way a Dungeons & Dragons dungeon master hides clues. They reward the party at the end. They hint at future lore, and they bury details in moments that make you too emotional to pause. So let's rank 10 Stranger Things finale Easter eggs from the easiest to spot to the ones almost nobody noticed. Stay to the end, because number 1 is not a visual. It's a soundtrack choice that turns the final plan into a coded message. Number 10. Dustin's graduation speech is Eddie's final gift. Dustin's speech matches what Eddie once said he would do at graduation. The eye contact, the swagger, the run like hell energy. Even the music choice, The Trooper by Iron Maiden, feels like the show letting Eddie win one last time. In D&D terms, the party is honoring a fallen teammate. The bard is gone, but the courage he gave them stays in the group. Number 9. Stacey Albright returns from season 2. After the speech, the girl who walks up to Dustin is Stacey Albright. That is the same girl who rejected him at the snowball back in season 2. The payoff is quiet, but it is real. Dustin did not fake being someone else. He just kept going. Therefore, the finale gives him the re-roll. In a D&D campaign, this is the failed charisma check coming back later. But this time, you roll with advantage. Number 8. Karen's wardrobe is a message, not just an outfit. At graduation, Karen wears a low V-neck and jewelry that draws your eyes to one place. Her Demogorgon claw mark. Instead of hiding it, the show frames it like a badge. It is a "we survived" signal, right in the middle of a normal world moment. Therefore, the finale says the upside down did not just hurt them, it changed them. In D&D terms, that scar is a permanent stat change after a boss fight. Number 7. Will's season 4 drawing is placed like a clue. In the final writing scene, when Mike sits down at the desk, Will's drawing is hanging in the most prominent spot on the wall. It is easy to miss because your brain is locked on faces, but the placement is the point. The finale is framed through Will's view, his fear, and his loyalty. The transcript even compares the moment to Bilbo finishing his story in The Lord of the Rings. Therefore, it feels like the campaign book being closed, but the map is still on the wall. Number 6. The tiny framed photo on Mike's desk. Most people notice the drawing, but miss the small frame on the desk. If you zoom in, it is a photo of 11. The show is doing something simple here. Even in the writing the ending moment, 11 is still the center of the party. In D&D terms, this is the party portrait beside the character sheets. The quest is ending, but the bond does not vanish. Number 5. Vecna's Hopper illusion gives itself away. When Vecna infiltrates Hopper's mind, you can spot herbicide canisters marked from 1966, Agent Orange. The detail matters because Hopper's guilt is tied to it. He blamed himself for Sarah's illness because of what he was exposed to. So, when that canister appears, the scene is not random background. It is Vecna's spell. Therefore, the finale teaches you how Vecna attacks. In D&D terms, he is a lich who targets your backstory like a psychic curse. Number 4. Heroes is the show's fake death code. When the finale hints that 11 might still be alive, the background song is Heroes by David Bowie. That matters because it is the same song used when Will's fake body was recovered in season 1, and it was also used during Hopper's fake-out death. The Duffers built a pattern. When they want you to believe a character is gone, they play Heroes. Therefore, this feels less like a full stop and more like a death saving throw. The dice are still on the table. Number 3. Secret Program breadcrumbs, Montauk and Philadelphia. The finale drops 2 real-world breadcrumbs that feel too specific to be accidental. First, Hopper is offered a job in Montauk, which points to the show's early inspiration and even its original pitch name. But the finale also brings up Philadelphia through Robin, and that echoes the Philadelphia experiment story about the USS Eldridge and an invisibility test that allegedly turned into transport into the abyss. Stranger Things has always lived in that space where government experiments become supernatural horror. In D&D terms, it's a banned spell that rips open a portal, and nobody can control what comes through. Number 2. Henry's Boy Scout number is the date it all began. This one is hard because the scene is emotional. In Henry's backstory, his Boy Scout number on the uniform is 1106. That matches the date Will was taken. So the finale quietly stitches the villain's origin to the day the story truly started. In D&D terms, it is the DM revealing that the first quest marker and the final boss were tied together the whole time. You just did not know what you were looking at. Number 1. The Prince soundtrack is the finale's hidden structure. In interviews, the Duffers said they were especially excited about the soundtrack, and they said they licensed Prince songs that had never been used in movies or TV before. When Doves Cry and Purple Rain. Then they used those tracks during the explosives plan to destroy the Upside Down. It is not just background noise. It is a sequence, a build, a countdown. Therefore, the soundtrack becomes a coded guide for the endgame, like final boss music telling you the party is out of second chances. And that is why these Easter eggs hit so hard. The finale is not just saying goodbye, it is paying off the campaign. Dustin carries Eddie's spirit. Karen wears proof of survival. Will's drawing stays on the wall like the party map. 11 is still in the frame, even when the story ends. Vecna's illusions follow rules. The music follows rules. The lore points back to secret programs and first day clues. So let me know which one you caught on your first watch, and which one made you stop and go back. And if you want a part 2, say it, because there are still extra details hiding in plain sight, like the Iceland waterfall note, the one person who does not stand during graduation, and the little movie vibes people are debating.
I like to imagine that she's in a beautiful land, somewhere far away, safe from the danger of the Black Hand. At last, that she finds peace, that she finally finds happiness, that she finds a small town to call home. But imagination is just a ghost. It keeps you going, but it doesn't hold you back. I couldn't just close my eyes and hope you were out there. I had to know. Everyone told me to let it be.
Stranger Things is over. The credits rolled. The door closed. The party walked up the basement stairs. But that empty feeling you've got right now, that wait, that's it? Itch? Netflix is banking on that. Because as of January 2026, the Stranger Things universe is not shrinking. It's expanding. So in this video, I'm giving you the full roadmap of what comes next, what's officially confirmed, what's strongly reported and likely, and what fans keep asking for, but probably isn't happening. No fluff. No pretending rumors are real. I'll label everything so you know exactly what to believe. Let's start with the most important point. The Duffer Brothers are not building a Marvel-style universe where you need 12 shows to understand one scene. They keep describing the future as standalone stories with connective tissue. Same vibe, same storytelling sensibility. But different corners of the world, different characters, different rules. Therefore, if you want your Stranger Things fix after the ending, you need to know one thing. Which projects are actually real? Category 1. Confirmed. Official. Announced. First up, Stranger Things, Tales from '85. This is the big one for people who just want the original feeling back. It's an animated series coming in 2026, set in the winter of 1985, between Season 2 and Season 3. And yes, it follows the original Hawkins kids again. 11, Mike, Dustin, Lucas, and the whole crew. But here's the detail people keep missing. This isn't a cartoon recap. It's being pitched like a Saturday morning cartoon-style adventure. And animation matters because it removes the limits. Live action always has constraints. Budget, time, what you can actually show on screen. But animation can go bigger, weirder, more creature-heavy, more paranormal mystery every episode, without needing a blockbuster budget. Now, one thing to set expectations. Even though the characters are the same, it's expected to be a new voice cast. Not the live-action actors. That doesn't kill it. But it does mean you should treat it like its own flavor of Stranger Things, not just Season 2.5. Here's why Tales from '85 is secretly a lore goldmine. The early descriptions tease that it's basically Hawkins' lab science meets upside-down matter. That one idea opens a door. Because the main show didn't have time to explore every experiment, every leftover entity, every strange side effect, every loose thread from the lab's work. So Tales from '85 can do what the live action couldn't. It can show you new experiments, new creatures, new rules, and if it's set between seasons 2 and 3, it can also explain why certain things in Hawkins feel like they changed without anyone acknowledging it. Second confirmed project, Stranger Things, The First Shadow. This one is already real, already live on stage, and it might be the most important piece of canon in the entire franchise right now. It's a prequel set in 1959 Hawkins, young Jim Hopper, young Joyce Maldonado, and the origin story of Henry Creel. And I need you to hear this clearly. This play is not a fun side story. It's considered canon, and it's been described as critical to understanding the deeper lore of the series, especially Henry's transformation and how his connection to the bigger entity works. In fact, the Duffers have said they cut a scene from season 5 because it referenced details that would confuse people who hadn't seen the play. That is insane. That means the play contains information the show wanted to use, but had to hold back. So if you're the kind of viewer who lives for rules and blueprints, The First Shadow is basically the official lore vault, because most fans will never see the play. They'll want the clean guide, the timeline, the key reveals, the here's what it means for the finale breakdown. Now, the third confirmed piece is the one that makes everyone nervous. The untitled live-action spin-off. This is not season 6. This is not the Hawkins gang grown up. This is not Steve and Dustin do Monster of the Week. The Duffers have basically set one hard rule. Clean slate. New characters, new location, new story, new creative team driving it forward. They've even said it won't be about obvious returning characters like Eleven, Steve, Dustin, or even someone like Holly Wheeler. So if you're waiting for the next show to keep the same cast alive, you're going to be waiting a long time. But that doesn't mean you should ignore this spin-off, because the Duffers have also teased something very specific. A small Vecna-related detail from the finale is being positioned as important connective tissue for what comes next. They've hinted that this spin-off will explore that thread. Therefore, even though the cast changes, the mythology can still deepen. And that's the best case scenario for fans like us. A show that feels fresh, but still answers questions the original show left sitting there. Okay, that's the confirmed roadmap. Now, category 2, in development / strongly reported. This is where one project keeps showing up over and over. Stranger Things, Tokyo. This one has been heavily reported as an anime-style expansion set in 1980s Tokyo. The rumored premise is simple but powerful. Video game-loving twin brothers encounter the Upside Down on the outskirts of Tokyo, and it turns into a grand adventure. It's also been rumored to be around 6 hours total runtime. Now here's why Tokyo is the smartest possible expansion, because it answers the biggest question the main show barely touched. If the Upside Down is a real force, why would it only ever matter in one small town in Indiana? A Tokyo story lets Netflix show that this phenomenon can spread. It can manifest in different cultures, different cities, different rules. And best of all, it does it without dragging the original cast back in and breaking the finale's emotional closure. So if Stranger Things is going global, Tokyo is the cleanest way to do it. Now category 3, debunked rumors and failed fan hope projects. This is where I'm going to save you months of waiting. First, the Collie / Lost Sister spin-off. People have been arguing about this since season 2, but it's been directly debunked. There was never a plan for a backdoor pilot. It's not secretly coming. Second, the 11 solo spin-off. This one keeps popping up, because 11 is the face of the franchise. But the Duffers have been clear about the spin-off direction. They want new characters and new locations. A solo 11 show is the opposite of that. Third, the idea that Stranger Things is becoming an MCU-style interconnected web. They've rejected the insanely convoluted mythology direction. Instead, they keep describing standalone stories with connective tissue, meaning you won't need to watch everything to understand everything. But if you do watch everything, you'll see the bigger picture. Finally, the fun category. Fan theories and fan wishes. This is where the internet lives. Steve and Dustin Road Trip, Nancy Detective Journalist Show. A Hopper and Joyce prequel series. These are great ideas, but based on what the Duffers have said, anything that relies on the main cast returning as the core of a spin-off is unlikely. If we get versions of these, it'll probably be in animation, limited specials, or one-off stories. Not a long-running live-action series. Because the whole strategy appears to be this. Keep the original show sacred. Let it end. Let it matter. But keep the universe alive with fresh entry points. So here's the simplest way to understand the future of Stranger Things. Tales from '85 gives you the comfort food. The original kids, Hawkins, new mysteries. The First Shadow gives you the canon lore, Henry's origin, the deeper rules. The pieces the show didn't fully say out loud. And the live-action spin-off gives you the next era. A new town, a new cast, a new nightmare. Same DNA, different story. Therefore, the question isn't, will we get season 6? The question is, which part of this universe do you want next? Because on this channel, we're not done. Next, I'm breaking down what Tales from '85 can reveal that live action never could. Then, I'm doing the cleanest First Shadow lore guide on YouTube, so you don't need a theater ticket to understand the canon. And finally, we're tracking every clue about the live action spin-off until Netflix confirms the new location and the new decade. If you're still watching, comment New Town if you want the spin-off set outside the US. Or comment Back to Hawkins if you only care about '85.